Hello, besties. I'm finally back. Dun, 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 dun. And it's finally time to make a limited candle for the very first time. But before we get started, let's do the grand opening. Perfect. Don't you just love that? I just love that. Okay, so step number 1. Supplies. Today, we're going to make a aesthetic candle, right? We're going to need a glass. This is 12.5 ounces. We're going to need a wick of your choice. We're going to need wick stickers. We're going to need a heating gun. We're going to use this before. That's before. And maybe if you have like a suit and tunneling afterwards. Then we're going to need, of course, wax, pitcher, double boiler, scale. I'm going to get to that. Then we have scent to pour inside your candle. Then today we're going to use mica powder. My favorite is mica powder. I love mica powder. So it's apricot pink. I don't know what that is, but we're going to use it anyway to see. And then you're going to need your thermometer. I have a digital thermometer. And your spatula. And I also have my label maker. I hope that don't happen when I store it and knock my wax off the table. And label stickers. So let's get started. Let me loosen up because a little, a little uptight. So I don't want to look uptight. But okay. We're going to hold on. Heat the jar. We're going to heat the jar. You want to heat your glass so your candle wax can be fully melted around. You don't have like air bubbles and sinkholes. So you want to make sure that the glass is fully warm. Not cold, not room temperature, warm. That's the idea. To get it good and warm. Almost done. Okay. Yay! First step 1. Woo! Okay, so now we're moving to step 2. And I forgot to tell you guys about the wick holder. Okay, so we're going to place our wick in the very center. Sorry guys, I'm back. But we're going to place our wick in the center of our glass right here. Hold on, yeah, I did that so wrong. I don't even do that. I don't even do that. I'm just nervous. I don't do that. Okay. So, yeah. That's how I do that. Right? In the center. Now, if it was just me, all this would go perfect. Perfect. I wouldn't be flipping stuff. I wouldn't be doing stuff wrong. It'd be perfect. Okay, so in the center is where you want your wick. Okay, so usually I don't put this here, but for now, I'm going to show you guys how it works. We're going to put this here. This is a old, don't mind this wick holder because I didn't have this for a while, but yeah. That's how your glass should look on step 2. Now step 3, I'm going to weigh my wax out. So give me a minute while I do that and we'll be right back. Okay guys, we're finally moving on to step 3. And before we move to step 3, I wanted to stop and give you guys a close-up of what step 2 should look like. So this is what it should look like. Plain and simple, just like that. Okay, and another thing I forgot. If you're starting making candles like me, my dog over there being over the dog. I don't want him to start barking at my video. But anyway, get you a candle making log sheet. Okay, it's going to say the candle name, the date you made it, the wax type, the wax amount, the fragrance you use, the dyeing color, the wick size, the jar container, the pour temperature, the room temperature, the cure time, like all the good stuff that you need, you know, when you're testing candles, making candles. This is very important to keep up with this stuff, okay? Because some will turn out good, some will turn out not so good, okay? So, I got that. Now I'm moving right along. I got my wax inside of my pot, and I'm going to put inside of I'm going to make a double boiler. I'm going to put it inside of another pan, and I'm going to stick this inside. And I will show you guys that coming right up. Okay, you guys, so this is what it should look like, okay? Water shouldn't be filled up to the top. Your pot should be sitting firmly inside of another pot if you don't have like a iron, you know, plate stove. I don't know where mine is, but this is what it should look like. And you should slowly wait for your wax to melt. Don't try to interfere. Just let it do its thing. Your water shouldn't be boiling, you know, like you cooking grits and they popping. Your water in here should not be boiling, okay? It should just be real simmer, you know, settled, just like that. And we're going to watch it melt, you guys, and I'll be back. And before my wax cools down, I'm going to add color. And I'm going to stir. Oh, the heat is fogging up my camera. But this is the apricot pink mica powder. I use this to determine my color. And you can use a paper towel or whatever you would like. But that's how I know what color my candle is going to be. So that's like a nice color for me. It is pouring time. And these are the little molds that I chose to use for this candle. Because, you know, it's real simple and easy. So I'm going to do 3 of these. Pour very slowly to make 3 of these. Gonna pour the rest in my glass jar. Look at that. It's so pretty. So pretty, guys. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can really see. Okay, there we go. I don't really know how to work this dang it light yet. But let me try to move it over some so you guys can see. And place this in the middle. I probably gonna have a little elbow because I'm doing too much, but there you go, guys. That's that mica powder working. Like I said, don't mind this. I'm gonna clean this off because you know that's some years of wax. So that's the only one I can find. But don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to that mica powder in there if you can see. Yeah, look at that. So cool. So cool. So we're gonna let that cool, and we're gonna get to working on step. I don't even know what step we're on. I don't even know what step we're on, but I'm thinking this is step 4. We're working towards step 4, you guys. Step 4. Woo! This is my absolute favorite part. My absolute favorite. And it get a little messy, so I had to grab gloves. You guys know I love pink, but I had to settle for blue. But that's okay because, yeah. Okay, so now that my candle has solidified at the bottom, see, it's solid. Now we are going to add whipping, yay! And for the whip, right? You don't supposed to let the whip get hard, but it's also not supposed to be soupy either. You see how it's still a little soupy? So, you know why we call it whipping, of course, because you know you're supposed to use a whipper, but I hate using a whipper, so I'm gonna use my spatula because that's my favorite. So we're just going to let this get like mashed potatoes. You know, you don't want your mashed potatoes all creamed out. You don't want creamed potatoes. You want mashed potatoes. So we're going to keep stirring and stirring and stirring until we get that thing mashed, okay? To your preference. Okay, so now that I have it where I want it, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my little piping bag. And this is not my first time doing this, but I'm doing this. This is my first time doing it like this, where I separate, the wax. And I hope I'm getting this on camera because I'm actually behind, this tripod and I can't see. And I want to make sure I get it all because I personally don't think this is enough wax, if you ask me. But I have to go with the right measurements, for the smell. So look at this. I know this ain't enough right here. Because, baby, I be having so much whip. Okay, so we're going to take this off. I'm going to move this to the side. Bring this a little closer so you guys can see. And I'm going to pipe. And you can pipe however you want, you know. I try not to put my pipe directly around my wick, so, you know, it can burn. But we're going to get as much as we can out of here and still make it cute. Okay? Okay. And that is step 5. And I'm going to show you guys the final step. So hang tight. So now, fun part. Remember these guys right here? Yes, it's time to decorate. Okay, so I have some pretty little glitter. I'm going to place these guys here. Okay, so when you're placing, you don't want to let your whip get hard because, don't mind my dog, because you won't be able to place them like you want. One second. Yay, you guys, we finally made it to the final step. Okay, so label time. Okay, so we are going to name our candle, and I named it Love Me. So I'm going to take my label. I'm going to place it on my candle right in the front. Right there. Ta-da! It's all done. So, thank you guys for being here today. I really appreciate it. If you guys could like, comment, and subscribe and let me know what you guys thought about this. And this candle I will feature on my Etsy shop. So you guys can follow my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in the video below.